The budget I'm presenting today supports these goals and reflects.
The witness will suspend. The committee will come to order. Capitol Police are asked to remove the individuals from the hearing room. Members of the audience are reminded disruptions will not be tolerated. Members of the audience are reminded disruptions will not be permitted while the committee conducts its business. Capitol Police are asked to remove the individuals from the hearing room.
While Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was testifying before the Senate Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee.
Move down the hallway.
Ben, why are you getting arrested?
Move down the hallway. If you stop, you will be arrested.
Poor kids in Gaza by buying bombs and pays for it by kicking kids off Medicaid in the U.S.
Keep going down. Keep going down the hallway.
Ben, how many days have they been starving in Gaza?
What has it been? 75 days by now. Stop.
Anthony, I need my shoe.
Our program.
We were down in the hall right now. Let's go. Everybody. I'm saying, keep moving. Who's stopping this? Pick it up. Stop business. Pick it up.
Ben, what are you calling for the Congress and senators to do for Gaza?
Congress and the senators need to ease the siege. They need to let food into Gaza. They need to let food to starving kids.
What did you say in there, man?
I said that Congress is paying to bomb poor kids in Gaza and paying for it by kicking poor kids off Medicaid in the U.S.
Don't let them any closer. Back up.
A notable protester made his voice heard.
We are expected to be good Americans and look the other way as Israel prevents food, water, and medicine from reaching the remaining people of Gaza. Israel is literally starving them to death. Starving them to death. We will not look away. We will not be silenced. We will do everything we can to get our government to stop being complicit in starving little kids to death.
That is Ben Cohen, the co-founder of Ben Jerry's. As Brian Allen tweeted, "This is where we are. Speak out against fascism, wrapped in independent branding, and you get hauled out of Congress." To understand Ben Cohen's politics, look no further than his political activism. He was previously arrested in 2018 for disorderly conduct amidst his protest of F-35 fighter jets being based in Vermont. Speaking of the state, he supported Bernie Sanders' campaign in 2016 and 2020. In the year 2023, he conducted another protest, this time outside the offices of DHS, where he took part in blocking an entrance to the DOJ to bring awareness of Julian Assange's detainment. Now, the company also partook in political activism when they pulled their products in the West Bank. That came in 2021.
I grew up thinking that America stood for justice and equality and fairness, and that, it was defending human rights. And what's happening now, what we're seeing exposed in Israel in supporting that genocide, is that the U.S. is trampling human rights. We're deliberately killing people. It's not a war, it's a slaughter. And I don't think there's much difference between somebody getting killed by a bomb or getting killed by being thrown in a gas chamber. This is ethnic cleansing, and it makes me as an American feel horrible. We talk about what does America stand for? What can you say? You can't say it stands for justice and peace and human rights. You got to say it stands for ethnic cleansing. It stands for slaughtering innocent people. That hurts.
For some backstory on the protesters and why they were yelling at HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., take a look. At least 87 different groups, including the International Association of Providers of AIDS Care, oppose Robert F. Kennedy being appointed to lead the country's health agency, which is facing significant cuts under the Trump administration, wrote USA Today. Robert F. Kennedy, known for taking controversial stances on vaccines, has also been criticized by healthcare advocates for raising questions about the well-established science that AIDS is caused by a virus known as HIV.
Yes, I understand what you're talking about with Medicaid. We'll see what they do. It does seem that the Republicans are a little unusually cautious about the pain that they will feel if they mess with Medicaid, especially when they're adding to the defense budget. But Israel, yes, what's happening in Gaza is horrible. They just agreed to restart the aid, and I've been critical of the stopping of aid and how necessary it is. But don't you have to give some space for the fact that Hamas, a terror organization, is still holding 6 people just about, and that they need to give them back if they want to have high ground, don't they?
Yes, the hostages need to be returned, but that's no justification to kill tens of thousands of children, old people, mothers, fathers, people just like us.
But don't you believe that genocide, obviously there's a legal standard, but do you target things? Do you avoid things? Do you pace things? Do you allow any aid the way Israel has if it's really a genocide? We've seen what that looks like in other situations. It doesn't look like this.
Boy, it sure looks like it to me. I mean, let me think. All the hospitals have been destroyed. All the universities have been destroyed. The schools have been destroyed. The housing has been destroyed. And tens of thousands of people have been killed. And you can't tell me that they're all members of Hamas.
I think what's most troubling is that we see where our tax dollars are going. And just having the gall to call this out is viewed as a negative, is viewed as a bad thing. The way that they manhandled those protesters, the way that they treated Ben Cohen, who is in his 70s, I want to say. Let's confirm, 74, was atrocious. But what's even more atrocious is that it feels like it's a math problem. If you take away money for healthcare and you then are able to allocate that money to other places, who do you think is getting rich? Who do you think is benefiting from these cuts? It's not you. It's not me. It's not the American public. It is, to name a few, as we covered yesterday, some of those billionaires who accompanied Donald Trump on his trip to the Middle East. It is a way to cut and then funnel. What's most troubling of all is how many people are just okay with it. And they bend the knee to the top 1%, when really you are closer to being homeless than you are to Alex Karp and Elon Musk.